The mayor wants us to think we're all living on Main Street in Disneyland, but the truth is, Hackensack is a haven for the bizarre, the fucked up, and the straight up criminally insane. In the past year alone, our murder rate has spiked 25%. In fact, we haven't seen this kind of violence here since the Ray family murders in '65, a bloodbath that gave birth to one of the most notorious serial killers in history, Charles Lee Ray.
Yeah, so Wheeler picks up the doll, and I don't even remember what the first kill is for Chucky in this one.
The first kill for Chucky.
The
Wheeler
cat.
picks up the doll. The dad.
It's not the dad.
Jake's dad is kind of a dickhead who doesn't like his son playing with art stuff and not a fan of his son's
An abusive homophobe.
Generally upset. It's basically an abusive
and an
dad.
alcoholic.
And Chucky ends up electrocuting the shit out of him.
But that wasn't the first kill, was it?
Oh,
The cat is. Sad to say.
There we go.
That's upsetting
Oh,
to me.
yes.
I'm like,
But
you know,
it's
they
killed off
didn't
screen.
have to do that. They didn't have to do that.
I was trying not to.
It's killed off screen. I think Chucky even mentions it at the very end of the show.
Yeah, when he does, then they do the kill count.
Yeah, and he's like, I don't want to have to explain what I did to the cat. So then he electrocutes the dad. And I guess he basically reveals himself to Wheeler in that moment.
Yeah.
Which actually was a jump scare that I didn't think I really had seen since the first movie, like one that actually got me. You see
one?
as you when he shows up right next to Wheeler as his dad's getting electrocuted.
Yeah.
Because you see him in the basement. He gets electrocuted in the basement, and it's a dark scene, and the camera's facing Wheeler, and nothing but black behind him. And as the dad keeps lighting up, you start seeing flashes, and Chucky starts off kind of in the distance, then right next to him, and then he has that like scary face right as the scene's about to close out. I'm like, oh, wow, that actually got me.
now I remember. Yeah, I jumped too. I remember that.
Yeah,
That's when I said, "Hey, this series is gonna be good."
Yeah,
exactly.
This has
yeah.
got to be the biggest budget Don Mancini's ever had for any of these things.
Oh, you can tell because he finally gets his wish of multiple Chucky dolls. He's like, we're gonna have 6 actors of the in total show. And he's like, really, in the whole town? Yes, because the rest of the town's just dolls. Follow me on this.
Yeah, follow the thread. We're gonna do this.
So
I do like this.
Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say I do like that he's listening to a podcast that that someone else
Yes.
in the show is doing. I'm like, I like that. I appreciate that. It's nice to have that recognition.
it's,
like they did
it's,
the-
it's
it's
his love interests podcast. He does
Yeah.
a true crime
There we
podcast.
go. Yeah.
That's where the money is. That's where the big money is in podcasting. Apparently.
He's also sort of our narrator, at least early on in the show.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Kind of introduces some of the lore through his podcast and his narration.
All of season 1 really is Chucky trying to turn middle schoolers into murder machines and getting rejected quite a few times, and then murdering every adult he can get his grubby little hands on, and then some middle schoolers.
And
Well, see, yeah.
and Halloween, he gets to play Hello Chucky. Remember on Halloween?
Oh yeah,
Hello Chucky when he puts on a little mask. I thought that was funny. With the
Yeah.
yeah.
Because he also
and-
good.
I'll say as it's revealed later on, like it finally gets to the point where they have to, like his purpose is he's trying to get one kid to turn so that it can help him in his end game of getting all the Chucky's
Yeah.
populated. And
That's how
I'm
he
like,
activates,
that's like, oh, I had this. It's just like, he worked it out that way. I'm like,
If
that's
only-
random. All right.
If I had another person in a human body, and in fact a famous human body that was on my side that would help me do that, but oh
Like Jennifer
well,
Tiller?
guess I'll have to do this with. Wait a minute.
Yeah, that's man. It's so, but there's so much going on because
Well, I was going to say, let's not skip over because I think it's part of, at least in the first 3 episodes, where you're developing a little bit of sympathy for Chucky himself, because he's explaining that like he is there as sort of a guardian angel for Wheeler, who's being bullied. Not only
He
is his
says
dad
that,
abusive
but-
to him.
yeah,
No, well, Chucky doesn't outright say it. He takes on that persona because he's like, I will protect you from the people that are making your life miserable in middle school.
Yeah, the
And
popular girl who. Oh, go ahead.
no, I was gonna say it also because we start to get some of his flashback stuff of him and him growing up and him also grooming other kids too, and in that storyline, in his flashback
Mhm.
storyline, because that does tie back into the original, because the original driver who leaves him behind was one of those people.
Yes.
So it's very much it's like Don Man. I don't know if Don has had everything done in the story Bible from the beginning, but it is interconnected as F to go like, oh yeah, and then I tie it back to every single character you ever thought you saw. They are all part of this.
I like to
Yeah.
think that just in his free time, he'd be like, I'll work on the Chucky Bible again. Let's
Yeah.
go ahead.
Or
Let's do
either
some
that or
more
he's best
diet.
friends with Justin. What's the guy's name from Fast and Furious?
No, Justin Lin.
Yeah, I think him and Justin Lin's like, what if I added this? All right, well, it's right around that.
Shit. How you gonna get Han back in? I'll use Chucky. Don't worry about it.
I'll put him in the body of Dom.
Oh god,
yeah,
it's gonna be such a good crossover.
But then we're also introduced to, at this point, and this is interesting because it's also like kind of goes, it seems like section wise, it follows the storyline too, because he gets adopted. Wheeler gets adopted by his dad's twin.
Brother.
So you're back in part 2 where he's now part of a sort of foster family. Like his family is now out of the pictures. Mom's gone, dad's dead.
I believe Don Mancini has said that the season 1, a lot of the inspiration of season 1 is the second movie. Well, he's actually come out and said like, yeah, a lot of the inspiration ties directly into that. So that's why you see a lot of those parallels. It should also be noted that Jake's cousin Oliver is dating his primary bully, Lexi, and Chucky's first way of being a guardian angel against the bullies, I believe, is Chucky basically makes Jake go up and pretend he's a ventriloquist and has stolen Lexi's phone, and then just starts reading shit off of the phone to embarrass her to no end.
All the Mean Girls and what was the Burn Book?
Yeah.
I mean, I like that. I thought that's interesting. What I couldn't buy though is they kept trying to make, at least to me, they kept trying to make the cousin like this middle school athlete bully.
Oh, and he wasn't.
But
like,
he was undersized and he was a cross country runner.
Right.
Like,
well, but also too, like there's times where the character, he's a jerk in the very first scene you have with Jake. Then Junior is also trying to be like protect him at times, but then he's also still like, I hate you, but don't talk bad about my cousin, but I hate him. Like it's such a back and forth with that character, which I get, everyone's complicated, but it is an odd line to walk.
That's how family works.
I don't have friends. I got family.
There you go. Fair enough.
I thought you were here for family.
I also thought early on that Junior was gay. That was just my mistake on the character at first.
I think that was unclear. I think that it was a little bit open that they were saying like maybe one of the reasons why he's so uncomfortable with him is he's not identified himself. But then
Not Jake. I take that back. Not Jake. The cousin. I thought the
Junior.
cousin, the athlete, Junior.
That's what I mean.
Junior. No, Oliver's the other kid. It's Junior. Junior's the cousin.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
I'm getting my generic bullies confused. I will also point out, and I believe it's episode 3, where the worst moment in the entire series takes place when Lexi has the most raging rager of Halloween parties a middle schooler has ever had. And she dresses up as Jake's dad being electrocuted. Don't know how she knew exactly how he looked when he died, but she did. And that's
she got those autopsy
anything
photos.
else Chucky did. That was fucked up, man. That almost single-handedly pushed Jake into Chucky's arms. That
Oh, it did. We also get a Tyler-esque character in the little in what's her name's little sister.
Yeah.
Serial killer.
Yeah. That character, and then the like by the end of that character is just like, what are they going for here? What is this plan? I don't understand. Very odd.
I couldn't tell again if this character was on the spectrum or if they were just like, you know what, we're gonna have her be the little annoying sister. And she took acting lessons from what's the guy from Shazam?
Oh, Zachary Levi?
Yeah, I'm gonna overkid this.
It's so many odd choices. This series,
she screams for Chucky, but she also recognizes like
he's alive
he's alive, but she doesn't have any issue with it. And she says his existence so plainly, like It's like, when you see those like kids that like, oh, I'm talking to a ghost, and they say it as a matter of fact. It's like they're going for that, but I'm like, isn't she also like 10 years old or something like that? Like,
Yeah.
she should have better communication skills.
It's such an, and I don't think they ever kind of even give any final point to that character. Like her father passes away next to her, and like so it's just her, and she's constantly being trotted out with her and her sister as part of the mayor's like agenda of like, oh, we got to put a happy face on everything. And it's a commentary on that too, I guess, but it is so bonkers considering how many characters we have that they decided let's fit this character in here too. Like we're not hurting for people to like get to have screen time. Like it's crazy.
I think I read the body count was 22, 23. It is a high body count for an 8-episode show. They are really just slicing and dicing.
Yeah.
Yeah, was it mostly adults? I don't remember.
I think mostly
yeah.
adults.
There's 2 kids, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And a cat.
And a cat.
I'm just trying
Off
not to
screen.
think about it.
Sorry.
Yeah, I believe it is 2 kids, Junior being one of them. Chucky
Oliver
almost
being the
gets
other one.
Junior to become his murdiddly-erder friend.
He
But-
does because his dad, Junior, takes out his dad with Chucky.
That's right.
With Chucky.
And that's how
That's
that's how they
right.
get their, that's how we get our multiplier. It's like, all right, let's power up all these dolls and then ship them off somewhere. Which, by the way, that also means into your discussion of like, are they like, what do they do when they're not active? They're all just sitting in boxes active, just like, don't talk.
Is this a Toy Story scenario?
Yeah, like Buzz Lightyear.
Very much so.
Yeah.
Which is why Andy was a great name for it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Connections.
I don't know. Pixar was like, oh, we're gonna make this lovable, not murderers.
Yeah, I don't know. Sid was pretty. Well, he was
Well,
pretty
then-
creative, to
then-
be honest. But
I was gonna say the main character's name would be Sid then.
There you go.
But yeah, so
Yeah.
we got we bring back Jennifer Tilly as the girlfriend. We also have a misdirect because in the opening scene, we're led to believe that was going to be, I guess, her character. When he meets her at the bar, she's like, breaking up with some dude. Charles Lee Ray's at a bar, sees this girl arguing with somebody. She ends up, leaving that guy. Her and Charles Lee Ray hit it off. They go off and date for a minute. They pick up another person, and looks like they're going to kill her. As a couple. So you're like, oh, this is Jennifer Tilly. This is that character. And then the third person that they pick up ends up killing his girlfriend, the girl that we were led to believe was going to be Jennifer Tilly. And turns out that is Jennifer. Yeah.
Yeah.
so
She dyes
it
her
should be
hair and
noted,
stuff.
the series is that basically divvied up into 2 stories. One, the current story of what Chucky's up to and how Andy and the crew and Kyle are hunting him down and all
3
sorts
stories.
of crazy shenanigans. Is it 3?
Well, I get it. Okay, you broke it down. You broke it down further. So I guess you'd say 2 timelines, but multiple stories because you've got the Andy and Kyle story,
Which
you
doesn't
got-
show up until later.
right? And then you've got the past timeline story of the history story, and then you also have the main the kid story. But I didn't know if you
Kid
were
Spielberg moment.
Yeah, I didn't know if you were. I thought you were about to say that the Kyle and I guess it's 2 timelines. It's because never mind
Yeah.
my interruption.
Are there any parents left by the end of season 1? There's the mayor.
Is she left?
Oh, so the mayor's still alive. Oh, wait.
So she
I
makes
don't-
that out of the movie theater?
I thought she did because the 2 kids, the Jake and his boyfriend who's the podcaster it
Devin.
appears to be, I'm sorry,
Devin.
Jake and Devin are I believe in the care of the teacher who was framed for a minute but then not, and then
Even though Devin has an aunt.
does he I
Yeah, he was
the
going to go live
aunt-
with his aunt.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
So
Which is weird, which means the aunt is an asshole.
just said, I don't deal with
Your
that.
mom told me to take care of you, but I'm gonna leave you with this teacher. I'm buzzing out of here. Good
I got
luck.
shit to do.
Stay in this murderous town.
Yeah, I mean,
Take your mom.
my history's, I don't know. Did Ray, do you remember if is the mayor still alive at the end of it?
I saw it when it first aired. It's been so.
Yeah.
I don't forget.
Yeah, I couldn't pinpoint the mayor getting, because I know she.
Was there anyone live? Alive? I don't remember.
Just a bunch of middle schoolers. It's this children of corn scenario now.
Another party.
Yeah.
I think the
More
mayor
sexy
might still be
Halloween
alive.
parties for middle schoolers. All we're doing now.
But yeah, the mayor might be alive, and that's about it. Like, both Junior's parents are dead.
Yeah.
I need
said-
a recap.
Well, wait, and
So
so is
Junior's
Junior.
dead too. So
Yeah, I was
so I
saying
guess that
Junior's
doesn't
too.
matter.
So it's just it's just Jake and Devin, whose mom was like putting stuff together from time to time, but didn't get there fast enough. So we're just
She got
She was also like
Yeah.
she was underfunded and woefully behind because she didn't have a partner. She didn't like
Oh,
have any
are you trying
resources
to-
really.
Are you trying to say that we need to better fund the police? Is that what you're saying, Kareem?
Yeah, that's
You
what
heard
I'm
it here
hearing.
first,
Come on,
folks.
man.
You
come
heard it here
on.
first, folks.
This is some malarkey. This is what happens when you don't have enough police. Everyone in the town dies. I know this.
From murderous
Get out and vote.
dolls and Jennifer Tilly, who's possessed by someone else.
Oh yeah, and
Well, we can't forget about Nika, who,
Yeah.
oh my
Yeah.
gosh, she's been tortured this
Yeah.
entire like.
this story is so right because there's so many
it's
players.
so dark.
There's so many, and
Her story is so dark,
Yes.
especially at the end
So
of this series.
the lady from
Curse and Cult.
and Cult of Chucky has been possessed by Charles Lee Ray as well. And so she just goes on fun time killing sprees, and occasionally she takes her body back. And it turns out that, oh God, I know where we end up, but I don't even remember how we got
Jennifer
where
Tilly
we end up.
falls sort of. Jennifer Tilly likes her. She's in love with her. And she chooses her over Charles Lee Ray at the very end. Because Ray's like, hey, I got all these dolls, our plan's working. All I need you to do is kill this kid and let's get on with it. And she's like, I'm not gonna kill the kid. And he's like, why not? And she's like, because I prefer the girl who doesn't, yell at me and beat me up and kill me or whatever. So she ends up like cutting his head off basically and taking
the doll.
Nika.
Not yet.
Her and Nika leave.
Right, but you're saying she cuts off his head, but it's the doll's head, not the Nika possessed, not possessed Nika.
Correct.
Right. I just want to clarify that because
Sorry, yeah, you're right.
on the interim, there are times where Nika does get control back, and at one point she
When
tries
she
to
shoots her head hard
fool-
enough.
Yeah, when she tries to fool Tiffany
Jennifer
Tilly
Yeah, Tiffany.
and doesn't succeed, so she gets knocked out and put back, and then
The reason why she does this because again, Tilly knows that she's a paraplegic, so she stabs her in the leg, lets her play along because Nika can't feel it, and that's when she's like, "Yeah, I stabbed your leg like 10 minutes ago. I knew it was you this entire time. I like you, but I need to do something to make sure that he doesn't come back. Because whenever you get hit hard enough in the head, one of you shows up, and I prefer you. So I got to figure out a way to like keep you from like hurting yourself, so that it's just me and you this entire time. And that's how we get all the way to the end where it's gotten even darker for her.
which is
Where
like
she's
where all her limbs are removed. That's the safest way to put it. It's dark, and then like unless we get into kind of some kind of future series where she gets like bionic limbs, I'm upset. Like,
Voodoo?
Well, but then
Voodoo legs.
yeah,
I think
I
the only,
guess.
re- the only, the only way
she-
that this story gets redeemed is if she gets into Tilly's body.
She's
No, but
going to
then
end
the
up in a
actress
doll.
doesn't. Oh God. Well then we also still have to come back to Glenn and Glenda. Like that's another thing too. Like those two characters still exist in this storyline. I have no idea what the timeline is, but like how old are they now? Like who knows? There's two
But they're
kids,
dolls, right?
No, they're
No,
they're
this
two
is where
little
they're the
kids.
kids. These are the real kids.
Oh,
They're two little
yeah.
gingers. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
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 And so like, and Bonkertown. This is insanity. Like,
Where's
there's
Tyler and all this.
yeah. And there's like an
Fuck Tyler.
explosion. Yeah, where's Tyler in all this? Where's
He's
Mike
definitely
Norris?
showing
You know
up
where,
in season
you know where
2.
Tyler's at? He's working at a Walmart. Where fucking Tyler's at.
He's
Is he?
fucking good guy dolls.
Yeah.
Oh God. This poor,
He's
what
just
did he
asking
do
every
wrong?
redhead that walks in, do you want to be my friend?
I'm your friend to the end. I'm Tyler.
Fucking Tyler. To be honest with you, Tyler probably, fell his way upwards in the world. He might be a senator. He could be a
Tyler-
Herschel Walker.
He's the new watch. He becomes the new mayor.
Exactly.
Tyler is definitely showing up in season 2. I have no doubt whatsoever.
Do they get
Yeah.
the actor to come back? Also, do they ever get Justin Whalen to come in as an alt Andy? Like what? How do they do that?
That's
Andy
it.
had
Justin Whalen's the only person who can't come back
fair.
because he played the same character.
They did it on Roseanne.
I was gonna say they did second Becky as like a surrogate mother thing.
Oh, I see. I see what you're saying. He just won't come back as Andy. Is what we're saying.
Yeah. I'm just saying like he's
Okay. Yeah. He might. He actually. That'd be kind of cool. There might be a nod to him as that. Maybe he comes back as Glenn.
What if Andy learns voodoo and takes over the actor's body?
You did miss part of that discussion in your sound outage. That was Kareem's entire point of like, why doesn't he just do the exact same thing and split his mind and do that? But you're saying take over the body of Justin Whalen.
But Kareem kept trying to get him, to go into dolls. Like, oh, put him in a doll. Like, no, don't go in a doll. That's dumb.
Why would you go to another human? You're just as vulnerable.
Okay, wait. I just got it. So in the series,
brain.
they're making in the movies. They're making a movie with Chucky.
Mm-hmm.
In this world, they'll have a revival theater or something like that, and they show the movie, and it's Justin Whalen playing Andy in the movie.
Yeah,
I like that.
Perfect.
That's right, folks. Cut print. Check the gate. We're done.
You've just been hired by Mancini.
There you go.
that would be pretty cool, and I could see them doing that in season 2.
Yeah, and like it's especially with them like, oh yeah, it's finally premiering, and they have this movie coming out.
And
what I don't get though, Pat.
No, it's just they do so many homages to other horror movies. It would make sense even for them to do the Scream homage by having the movie within the movie.
Yeah.
Well, we had the movie within the movie from Seed, so like it all plays out, like it all works. So it's like they finally show the movie.
Yeah. Well, because we got clips of like what season 2 is going to kind of be about, and I guess the kids are in some kind of Catholic school somehow.
Oh, we're going back to military school. Okay.
Yeah, sort of like that.
Tyler is coming.
Okay, my question though.
Yeah, he is.
He's in charge of the school. That's it.
How has Hackensack not been like, I don't know,
nuked from orbit? Only way to be sure.
Yeah, or at least had the FBI show up and be like, you know what? There were about 20-something people who all died in this town. We should probably look into this.
Is still a place people live. Crystal Lake, people still show up. Teenagers show up.
No, Crystal Lake got shut down, remember?
And then
it was technically shut. It was technically shut down after he was killed.
Well, but if you're going by, so I think the last time we see Crystal Lake is in when it's X, when he gets captured and then launched into space. So we don't know what happens. It depends on the timeline because there's different iterations now too, right? So I don't know, because they had the Versus movie after that as well. So where does that all land? Because he still he landed back in Crystal Lake, I think, at the end of X, didn't he? Like he just like fell through orbit.
I mean, it exists as an area on the map. What I'm saying is, it's not like an active campsite. How is Hackensack? Okay.
Yeah.
After what happens in this town at the end of season 1, like there should be everybody, any type of law enforcement should be in this area saying, yeah, man, 20-something people murdered.
No, a lot of the housing prices are going up around the world. People are looking for cheap homes anywhere.
Yeah.
And they're like, you know what? And also, by the way, there's a lot more openings. They need a mayor. They need a detective. Like people, there's jobs. Things are on the rise in Hackensack. Like
the economy's growing.
Yeah.
Kareem.
Just don't ask how those positions got vacant.
Why would we ask that? Why would I ever ask that?
Do you ever ask that when you do an interview?
Hey, why is this job open? No.
Yeah.
I don't want to know.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just saying the headline's going to read. It's going to read detective murdered.
Well, I mean, that's if you do your research. Not everyone does that. When you go into a new job, you don't ever ask, oh, so why is this position available? Oh, because you ran the last person out by not paying them enough? I want to work here.
Kareem, every time you go to a new town, do you go to the library and get the microfilm out, look through the old newspapers to find out what happened in there? Is that your place?
I don't.
Microfilm.
You're right. I don't. I guess that's on me. I'm just saying, 20 people murdered within the span of like a week.
That's a busy week.
I mean, it's the US. That's
this wasn't a mass shooting. This was 20 different people killed in like 7 different days.
Okay,
that's different.
What's
Ray,
speed?
That's a lot different.
Ray, can you give us
Oh,
one zany
oh,
prediction
hey.
for season 2?
Oh,
Yeah.
wait, quick thing. It's
More
New
Chucky.
Jersey.
Was it-
Who cares? It's New
Oh, so
Jersey.
yeah,
That's
fair
fine.
enough,
New
fair
Jersey.
enough.
That's
All right,
fine.
never mind.
There we go. Yeah, that
One-
answers that.
Fuck New Jersey!
Go ahead, Ray.
Zany prediction.
Give us something out of left field if you like.
For season 2.
Glenn will be back as Tyler when he figures out his
You
gender.
son of a bitch.
I keep bringing up Tyler. Sorry.
Glenn has possessed Tyler. Yes, please. I'm in.
Tyler's still just as dumb.
Yeah, and he's paraplegic. And
Only if you were mute, that'd be better.
yeah, he talks.
Damn.
That's what it puts through his possessed doll. And he's even
That was
more
the worst part of
annoying.
Tyler. All that
Just
talking.
40-minute soliloquies for Kareem.
Yeah. Otherwise, it's gonna be more crazy for me to predict. I think this series has, including the movies, has been pretty good. Where there hasn't been any the movies weren't bad to me. The series wasn't bad, even the weakest one. So it's one of those rare horror series that was It was entertaining throughout for me. So it's been unpredictable for me. That's why it keeps entertaining.
That's
Without sucking.
that's a really good point in all this, because there's not like a real stink. There's not like a Freddy's Dead in there.
Yeah.
It's just a real turd sandwich.
I saw that in 3D.
I don't know, guys. We
Oh, me
really
too.
glossed
Yeah.
over Curse of Chucky.
Yeah. I mean, well, the
But
curse,
Curse-
but curse, it changed tones. Like it wasn't trying to, it succeeded in what it wanted to do. It's like, I want to get back to basics and do more of the lore. That's what that movie was. That's what his intention was. As far as like its quality, it's like, well, it was aiming for this spot, so it hit that spot, so it kind of succeeded. It wasn't
And it
like,
was-
yeah.
Well, it was direct to TV too. It was direct to video. It wasn't.
Yeah, it was direct. It was probably VOD to be at the for the time.
Thank you.
So it was
Freddy.
maybe available on Divx. I don't know.
Might have been. It's a double header.
Freddy's Dead was, I mean, it's too violent. Otherwise, I would say it's a sci-fi movie because it feels like a sci-fi movie. But Freddy's Dead was released in theaters as like a big deal, like the final chapter of Freddy Krueger. It was not the final chapter, by the way.
Well, what about the remake? We didn't even talk about that.
I don't want to talk about that.
We're not having that discussion.
I'm just saying. Again, I don't know if it was a stinker or not. I don't remember it very much at all.
There was New Nightmare too. That came.
Yeah.
Oh, New
I
Nightmare
say-
was so bad.
I liked New Nightmare.
Yeah, you would.
It was a meta kind of movie, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah, it was very meta. It was very much like
it was too
It's-
much, maybe.
Ouroboros of like eating its own tail of like,
Yeah.
we locked him inside the movie, so we have to keep making movies. Aha.
But
It was, yeah.
So
I'm
it's
not
Chucky-
saying it's.
Sorry,
Did
go
you-
ahead.
Did you
Go ahead.
taste the soup? Did you taste the soup?
Go ahead, Patrick. Sorry.
No, I was gonna say I'm not saying New Nightmare is a good film, but I've always enjoyed it.
Mhm.
It
But
is.
the movie would make you say it because it's meta.
That's true.
That's meta.
You could
So-
also see like the beginnings of him getting to scream there with all the meta commentary. It's
Yeah.
like, oh, this is
Sure.
the step that gets you to scream. Okay.
Yeah.
That's
Speaking of meta, you think
He-
Chucky's self-aware of being in a movie in some way?
That would be awesome if you start getting Deadpoolish with Chucky.
we start getting we break fourth wall, we get like cutaways like it's The Office with Chucky I mean, they did it at the end of the season 1.
Yeah, they have broken that fourth wall with it, but it's also been out of the
Yeah, he
context
actually
of the
does.
story.
Yeah.
He also did like interviews and stuff too. Like they, because of the nature of it, they've had the character do interviews as the character. It's odd.
See,
It's-
Oh, to all you chuckleheads out there. We're halfway through the second season of my show, and you know what that means. A very special episode. Celebrity guest stars. A murder mystery. A birthday party. And of course, a pilot for my very own late night talk show. Watch what happens when I come for Andy Cohen's fucking job.
So I guess technically he's self-aware.
Maybe that's what he's doing when he's unconscious. He's just
interviewing.
Yeah.
And that, yeah, because they bring him back at the end of this season to kind of talk about his body count, stuff like that. So he does exist outside of this series at some point.
So you guys have predictions for season 2?
Tyler all the time, every time.
That's a lot, Tyler.
Tyler time.
Yeah, I mean, my thing is, I think
not untied. Sorry,
Yeah.
that's terrible.
I think because we kind of hinted at that Kyle probably survived the explosion as well, which we
Yeah.
barely we glossed over because it's just like so many things are happening all at once in the finale area. But I'm
Well,
pretty
I
sure
don't know. I think Kyle's dead.
no.
No.
So at the very
Why do you say no?
when the kids are at the grave site, you see a hand walk up. You see someone walk up and watching them from afar, and a hand on the tree that's gloved. And we had seen those same gloves that Kyle had that Andy gave her before they split up. And I think that's she might be burned and hurt, but I don't think she's gone. I think and also I guess I don't know is it spoilers to say something too? Probably, but like
because
we've seen certain people.
Spoilers.
Yeah, we've seen
well, they reference bodies plural were found at the house, and if she makes it out, then there's only just then there's no bodies.
What about the realtor that they bought the house from?
The Chucky bodies are all boxed up. Remember
that realtor's dead.
Yeah, but
What
like they
realtor?
could have. I mean, knowing whoever sold them the house, like there's any numbers.
The realtor though, she doesn't go back. I'm saying at the explosion though, Kyle's body has to be one of the bodies if Andy isn't one of them.
I think you are putting too much emphasis on the news story.
And I think too,
there was a reason why they say bodies though.
Yeah, but knowing the movie, you could then be like, oh well, they took out a few more people and just left them in the house because what do you do with the body? And I mean that's
okay. Yeah. I mean that you're right. That's a possibility. I
just think that the character will get more to do in the series. I think that and I like Kyle too. I thought at the time I thought it was a really fun character. So
unless she literally asked to be, I don't want to do this anymore, and said,
they've already been on social media saying that they are recorded stuff, so it's not too crazy of a prediction. But I'm just curious if we'll see like a scarred up, like flame retarded, like burnt away person.
She's gonna get
how
an
did
all
that
body
explosion
too.
fucking work? It's like backdraft. Like the fire didn't go where it was supposed to.
Yeah, it's
because Andy was in the room.
Yeah, Andy was in the room and didn't get. Oh, also,
Duck and cover, man.
Stop, drop, and roll.
And she was like right at the door where like it was supposed to trigger everything. Like
the door blew out, and she had the door as a screen.
Well, that was lucky.
Yeah, exactly.
Glad it was one of these lead doors.
I mean, I would think it'd be since I mean, instead of just Tyler coming back, what about De Silva? That'll be my crazy thing. Let's get De Silva in here. Let's bring everybody back. Also, we still need Mike Norris and his mom to show. Like, let's bring everybody back.
What if De Silva works at the nunnery now, or wherever
there we go.
Wherever school this is.
That's the real crazy prediction: is that the mom returns, Seventh Heaven mom comes back, or that Mike Norris, cop extraordinaire, comes back guns blazing. Go into toy stores shooting dolls in the forehead.
He's like, my name is Norris. That's a little reference for anyone who knows Monster Squad. Carry on.
And I hope as soon as he says that, he gets rearrested. Like, Norris, you've been through this. You violated probation once again.
It's a Nerf gun. I'm sorry.
I know what I saw.
Exactly.
I think. Which one do you think any of the main three died this season?
It'd be tropey if they killed Devin, but I can see them doing it.
I think you're more likely to see Andy die than one of the main kids.
Yeah.
Oh, I think Andy's not long for this world. He's already captured.
Yeah. Well, captured. Captured by just one. I guess that's the thing too. Is like, are they all active back there? Because they all just like a wave of. But like, she's got him. But also,
she's got a gun.
Right, she's got a gun. But the gun points here. You go here. It's like. It's
all
like
right,
just
bullet time. Why don't you calm down? Show me how easy to dodge a bullet again.
Whoa.
That's pretty
okay,
fast.
you got it.
That's pretty fast.
Yeah,
Pretty
see,
good.
You've been practicing.
exactly.
Yeah.
I've been
Quit
waiting
trying
for
to
this.
hit me and hit me.
But yeah, and then also we still have Nika and Tiffany.
I totally
there's somewhere
forgot about
too.
that.
Like
I-
there's so
it's
much
just-
to go.
It makes me sad every time I think about it.
Yeah.
I'm again, like I said, I'm hoping Nika figures out a way to get into Tilly's body. It's the only way that this works out. Then she can start walking.
But here's the thing though too, like yes, that's for the character in this mindset, that's cool, but also it's not like she doesn't get to be, it's like that loss of humanity is still there of like, oh, she doesn't get to walk in her own legs like that would have been,
She never
like,
did. That's the whole point.
no, but that's my point is if Charles could while he was inside, then she could have too if they would have been given the opportunity. But no,
I just
Also,
can we
but
just get
I'm
away
saying
from
she-
this?
She's never. Go ahead.
I just want to get away from this boxing Helena scenario without the limbs and just let's move. Keep it moving. Keep it moving.
You reminded me that I watched that movie.
I had to look it up. I was like, wait, there's a movie where this happened before, and I had to literally look it up.
I that's one of those movies that I had seen in the video store of just there's a VHS box set or box of it. Never watched it, but it caught my eye because the cover, and I'm like, huh. As a kid, you're just like, okay, well, that's a movie, and you just keep on going. I didn't even know that was. It's got Bill Paxton in there, guys. I should have seen this, but now I don't want to because it seems sad.
Wrestling is all shit.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the same.
I'm hoping that they don't prolong this amputee scenario very long.
It's such an odd, like, man, and like to a character that doesn't deserve it in the least little bit, like, just like punching
like I said,
down so much.
She's been tortured from birth.
Yeah,
Wait, who's the actress that plays her?
it's the
Fiona
daughter
Dorff.
of
Daughter.
Yeah,
Fiona
Fiona
Dorff.
Dorff. So is it possible, since we've already done this with Jennifer Tilly, like, oh, we got to get you a new body? You know who kind of looks like you?
the actress
The
Fiona
actress
Dorff.
Fiona Dorff.
Okay, I like this
And
prediction.
our heads just
I-
go so deep up our own asses that they come out the other side again.
I'm on board, but
I mean,
also-
they may introduce a twin.
Fiona Dorff plays Nika in the movie that we were talking about. So Fiona Dorff plays Nika in the movie of all this that's happening, along with Justin Whalen. Like they're all,
and that's how she possesses a body.
yeah. And at one point we get to get Andy swapped over too because he's about to die. And he's like, no, doom.
It's perfect.
But Tyler gets straight up murdered though, doesn't come back.
No, not at all.
Good. All right, just making sure we're clear with that.
The first 5 minutes of season 2 are just Tyler getting stabbed by Chucky over and over. And then
He's
he just
just
looks
like,
at the camera,
ouch.
you happy, Kareem? And that's how they start.
Yes. I would be very happy with that.
Well, all this conversation is making me looking a lot more forward to Chucky season 2.
This
guys.
series.
Gotta
Yeah,
be
is it
honest.
next week or we got
Yeah.
the next 2 weeks,
To
right?
be honest, it's starting to become a WandaVision situation where I think I'm going to be disappointed if they don't do more lore stuff now.
Yeah. Like, and where's Mephisto? That's the thing. That's going to be.
Oh, Chucky literally killed Mephisto, the voodoo guy, in the first
How
movie.
dare you? How dare you? We all know that Mephisto is Mike Norris.
Yeah. He's just been hiding out this entire time.
There you go. Playing the long con.
Yeah.
That is a good question. Why doesn't he like follow these murders over the last 30 years?
He
35
drank himself
years?
to death because he saw a little doll murder people. That's why.
Fair enough. I mean, hell, if Andy's mom is in there doing pull-ups and push-ups, he could survive.
I love that, like, this, you it's full on, it's a 1-for-1. Like, she's turned the bed to the
Yeah.
side, and just the mom from Seventh Heaven is just doing
Yeah.
just curls.
Once Ray introduced that she was going Sarah Connor, all bets are off now. That's it.
Yeah.
It's canon because of the comic books. So you guys.
Hey, it's
I also don't know how she's the only person who hasn't broken out of an insane asylum.
everybody else just walks out of those places.
He's
It's fucking Arkham in this bitch.
What? Who are you talking about?
Bruce, if you don't stop bullshitting with me, I'm gonna go to Gotham and get rid of all of your villains for good.
Hold on, Superman, you gotta do all that. We won't have shit to do.
I promise I will go to that city and shut that asylum down and take all of your favorite criminals to a real prison where they will never get out.
Fine, he's a clone. What the fuck?
Oh, Nika's out of one already.
Yeah. Good heavens, man. So yeah, it's been a night. It's such a massive series. Like you don't think about it until like you start to like light it all up. Like this is like all the runtimes combined. Are we looking at a Fast and Furious scenario? Like look at the scoreboard.
Think we were until the series, because that added a lot of like, because those Fast and Furious movies, they're not short anymore, man. Those are like,
oh, that's true. That's true. Because we have 9 of them, and we have 7 movies, and then the TV series. That's man, that is a lot.
There might be. You're right. There might be more Chucky at this point.
And
we have 8 movies, including the
nope,
the remake.
We have 7 movies.
Okay.
Is that the Tokyo Drift of them all? Like we're just waiting for.
I think it is
the other shoe to drop, and he's like,
that
by the
my
way,
cousin Chuck.
Is it worse than Freddy's Dead?
There you go.
They're gonna pull a Halloween and just like, you know what, we're cutting everything but this one.
There you go.
Part 1.
Yeah, Roomba Chucky is the movie that no one likes.
That was a bridge too far.
Yeah, but yeah, I think we have established a Fast and Furious universe with Chucky now, thanks to this show.
Yeah, it is.
Yes,
it is rich, and there's comics. I don't even think Fast and Furious has comics now that I think about it. Oh no, they have an animated kid series though, so there is that.
Do they really?
Yeah, it's on Netflix. Fast and the Furious. It exists.
Are you serious?
There's a Hot Wheels.
Is it about family?
It's about family.
Are they in middle school?
That's the crossover we're waiting for.
Yeah. You guys need a ride? We'll save you. Hop in.
Holy shit! There's a
Spy Racers.
Has been going on?
Fast and the Furious Spy Racers has been going on for 6 seasons. How are there 6 seasons?
Fuck? How's nobody heard about this?
I mean, I did, because my finger's on the pulse of society.
I'm gonna ask one more time. How's nobody heard about this?
What the hell? How?
There's 52 episodes. That's
Who's
how
Tony
deep.
Toretto?
Tony, the kid. Oh my god.
His name was Dom.
No, it's Tony, his son, Tony. Ray, I didn't know. I don't know if you were expecting to get into a Fast and Furious pod, but here we are.
Sorry, Ray.
He has a son. He has a son.
Dental Giants.
There's a trailer for season 6, boys and girls. Like, it's out there. Feel free to catch us up on the next pod.
This is
This is
more random than forget about it.
I'm not gonna lie to you. We are definitely heading towards a Space Jam scenario with Fast and Furious, in that they were gonna have the animated Tony appear and be part of the family. They have to.
I'd watch that.
You wouldn't, because you'd watch the show.
What? I'd watch which show? Because we're saying that it's going to cross over with Chucky, right?
Oh, that I watch.
Yeah,
I mean, why
Tony
not?
Tony Toretto drives up on his 6-speed Schwinn, and it's like, guys, I heard you got some troubles here.
I'm here.
Speaking of driving up, has Chucky ever pulled a leprechaun and ridden in a child-sized vehicle of any sort?
I'd have to say yes.
I don't think
I would imagine.
Did he drive a Power Wheel?
I don't think he's done any of that.
His ass better be driving a Power Wheel this season.
I think he's stuck to the adult murder vehicles, and that's it.
No, he always has a knife up to like an adult's neck and goes, drive me here.
Yeah, there's no pictures on, like, there's no Google search of him in a Power Wheel, so
it's cute, but it's very inefficient.
Yes. Get back here.
I also feel like Charles Lee Ray would find that very demeaning.
Yeah, he's
Leprechaun,
he's a little too proud.
Doesn't give a shit.
This is being a doll demeaning. No.
Mark Davis will do whatever you tell him to, as long as the check clears.
Yeah.
Sadly.
All right, so that's insane. There you go, folks.
We learned
Catch
a
us
lot.
next week
We
when
shared
we're
some
talking about something else. like Fast and the Furious spy racers.
So,
Hellraiser could be rolled into the Fast and Furious. Yeah.
so we don't even refer to them as Child's Play anymore. We just call them We just call it Chucky movies, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, the series started off as Child's Play, and then it got into the Bride of Chucky, Seed of Chucky. Then Bride of Chucky's when it took over.
After the third one, you just
there are more with Chucky than there are.
By one and the TV show.
Even with
now, I wonder, is Child's Play just associated with Andy though?
No, because Andy's in Curse and Cult.
He's not the main characters though.
It's called Curse of Chucky, Seed of Chucky, Bride of Chucky, Cult of Chucky.
Oh, do you mean like
they stopped being called Child's Play after Andy disappears?
Yes, that's a fair, because he's no longer the focus.
Yeah.
Now it's Adults Die.
It's not Child's Play, it's Adults Die.
They focused
a less entertaining title for a movie.
They focused too much on Tyler, so he left.
We're at it. We're done with kids. This is bullshit. Fuck you, Tyler.
That should be a line Chucky would say when he comes back.
I hope so.
Imagine though if Chucky had succeeded getting into Tyler and Charles Lee Ray being a black guy at this point.
There's that horrible line where he's like, now Chucky's gonna be a brother. Like you're like, oh no, I don't.
No, don't do that.
This is wrong. This is like
imagine that world.
This is like
imagine him succeeding.
It's like Kelly Rollins dropping the F-bomb in Friday the First Jason versus Freddy, and you're just like, oh no, let's not go there. Like there's other things to do here.
The other thing, the only last thing I want to know, and you can cut this off if B-roll if I wanted to, but there was a moment where I think Jennifer Tilly mentions that, or maybe Nika just does it herself, where she mentions that as Charles Lee Ray as Nika's been getting a ton of tail.
Oh, okay.
But he also,
Charles Lee Ray as Nika has been getting a ton of tail?
Yeah, because he's a woman. He's like, with this body, I can get a ton of tail. But then Jennifer Tilly also mentions he gets a lot of dick too, and he seems kind of upset about that. And I was just wondering, like, is Charles Lee Ray sort of misogynist in any aspect? He always seems to not really care.
He is a serial killer, so.
Well, I mean, but he seems to be. He doesn't have a MO basically as a serial killer. He may be the only one.
Yeah, he's just like
he doesn't have a type.
There's no pattern, which I think is needed for that, as opposed to just a mass murderer.
Right, but he also doesn't have any He also doesn't often talk about gender types or gender specific things, even when he's just killing and stuff like that. He doesn't seem to have that. And I know that Mancini's, I believe he's gay, which is why he wrote Jake the way he did. He modeled Jake after his own upbringing, so to speak.
Gotcha.
I just wonder. Yeah, it's in. I think it's in the interesting notes for the series, but yeah, he modeled Jake's upbringing as his own or whatnot, sort of it. But that line though, where Charles Lee Ray at that point was like, yeah, I'm having sex with all kinds of people, mostly women. He seems to be enjoying women, but as a woman, he's also guys are finding her attractive as well. He didn't seem to be like enthused about that either. I just found that interesting that he'd been like, all right, well, I'm having sex in anything. It's great for me.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess that's something to explore down the road.
Don't show
sure
the lore. Yeah. Oh no.
Yeah, there's going to be more flashbacks in season 2 because they're going to like, well, you got to get more of that story Bible that's been. It's like it's as thick as the Why the Last Man omnibus behind Ray. It's like this is the entire volume. That's how big that is.
That's something
like a Game of Thrones novel for this guy.
Yeah, it's exactly. It's like, oh, you had read the omnibus that is this many books.
Well, I'm glad you got through Appendix 1.
Yeah.
2 through 47.
It's a Silmarillion. That's what it is.
That's when it really gets going. Well, like I said, he's been killing unabated for the last 40 years. His body count just keeps increasing, even as we go back in time. It seems like he was just killing people and leaving bodies left. Like evidence was never a thing for him.
Well, I mean, given at the time too, we weren't where we were as far as forensics, so like he got away with so much, and that's why, like,
know,
even
I
it said
mean,
like how many times
he was. Sorry, go ahead. Apologies.
no say there's a lot that like he's like, oh, that's the only ones they know about, kind of thing, where he's made that comment.
Well,
Yeah.
and he is in like I think they figured out he was born in 59, so he's really coming of age at like the height of serial killers, when like, you know, everybody thought hitchhiking was a great idea, and you know, body people just disappeared on the highway. Oopsie daisy. You know, you've got like 4 serial killers running around Santa Cruz of all places. Like, yeah.
Yep. Crazy times.
All
right, guys.
Well,
thank you everyone for joining us tonight. Thank you for Ray for joining the conversation.
Thank you for
Good to
having
hear
thanks,
you.
Ray.
It was fun. It was fun.
Yeah.
Definitely looking forward to more Chucky. I'm definitely gonna rewatch everything after all.
Yeah.
Just not the remake, right?
Just not, yeah. Patrick says don't do the remake. He's very
Oh
much
yeah.
against that.
Yeah.
I think
But
he
watch
has a
Crossing
poster for
Helena.
that. Yeah. I think I have a poster
I-
from Comic-Con from it somewhere.
Was it mostly because they changed the face pat?
That's not my Chucky.
Right?
Hashtag
Not my Chucky.
That Chucky had some work done, and it does look good.
That guy looks like a Chuck to me.
He was an AI or something in it, right?
Yeah, it was literally the episode of The Simpsons where like someone turned this doll to evil.
Yeah.
Like it's just bad programming that brought a sentient doll to life. That was and like a lightning strike too. Like it was very like, oh, it's what if Johnny Five was evil?
Wasn't he though? Wasn't he?
He was, and then that's the thing is the lightning strike turned him good. It gave him a soul because before he was a killing machine.
Lightning
Yeah, he was one of those
does a
Boston
lot of
Dynamics robots.
Are we ready for the short circuit podcast? Because we're gonna have
You damn right we are. Lightning
Johnny
does a lot of
Five
heavy
is
lifting.
alive. Yeah.
A lot of heavy lifting for Lightning in movies, especially in the 80s.
Yeah, it's a surprising number of people surviving those lightning strikes.
And
We were all
gaining
led to-
powers or
We
sentience.
were led to believe it'd be so much more prevalent in our lives, just like quicksand. Like it's gonna happen all the time. Look
Yeah.
out for the quicksand.
Quicksand's dangerous as fuck.
Yep. All right, guys.
All
Thank
right. Ray,
Have a good night.
thank you so much
Thank
for
you.
joining us.
Thank you guys. And
Thanks.
yeah, let's talk about let me know what you guys think of season 2. And it's
Oh, we
For
will.
sure.
Oh, we
You're gonna
will.
have to come back on for a wrap-up show.
Well,
where we
you're,
go,
you're
what
part
the-
of the chat now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See
So
if the
you're gonna-
predictions are
yeah.
here.
right.
You're gonna be getting weekly updates.
Yep.
In
Right.
between all the memes we send each other.
There you go.
Yeah, there's just a lot of
Exactly.
me going, God damn it, how did Tyler get here? Or is Tyler the owner and / running what is that doll company called, Pat?
He now owns Play Pals, I
No,
believe.
that's again, that's season 3. He's gonna be the head of the season 2 is where they're at the
Catholic school.
Catholic school. Season
Or
3 is when
some-
they're at the military academy. And he's the
No,
head
I'm
of the
saying
military
he-
academy.
No, you were gonna find out in season 2 that he bought PlayPals on the dip, and now
On the
I
dip.
miss my friend.
On the
Bought a bunch of cryptocurrency. Now owns all of the dolls.
Oh goodness gracious. They're all going to his house instead of kids.
Yeah, or playing with a rye when one guy bought them all.
And every time one shows up, like, fucking Tyler, I'm here. I don't even want to kill anymore. It's lame.